When I was growing up, there was an expression made in Taiwan. I'm talking like when I was 10, right? Because Nixon would change this. But the reason why it became a popular expression is because we didn't have that many dealings with other countries as far as the import export type thing. So made in Taiwan was kind of big at the time, right? And this is why Taiwan is one of the greatest manufacturing countries in the world. They build some stuff. Actually, in these days, it's tiny little stuff. So, this would be one of the reasons why China is so interested in getting Taiwan in these days where, it's all AI and chips and whatnot. Yeah, those tiny little things have become extremely important, and Taiwan is one of the best at them. So, if China could get Taiwan, yeah, it would be a really big boost to the Chinese economy. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a guy, I don't know his name, who nobody knows his name. He's just this guy, who never leaves his room. He's sitting there on his computer, like looking up this thing and that thing, and nobody knows who he is, but this is what he's been doing. Oh, he's a Chinese guy. Yeah, this is what he's been doing. He started about 10 years ago. He came to, started calculating how long it was going to take us to build us, US, to build certain types of weaponry, right? And calculating how much of that weaponry we have. And he needs to do this because he needs to report to the boss, right? Okay, now he's calculated how much we have, he's calculated how long it takes us to make stuff, and then he starts calculating things like, well, we've used up this and that, giving it to other countries, particularly what we gave away to Ukraine, right? What we used up in Venezuela, which may not have been that much, but especially when it comes to the Iran conflict, we hit like 30,000 targets from a distance. Yeah, from a distance. Yeah, we had like 30,000 targets from a distance. That's 30,000 pieces of serious equipment. $1 million pieces of equipment that takes years to make. And he's tossing all this and this with calculations. So he goes to his president and he's like, look, after Venezuela and especially after Iran and all the stuff they gave to the Ukraine, because Trump even complained about how many weapons we gave to the Ukraine, that it was dwindling our necessary supply. He's going to go to President Xi Jinping and be like, I don't know. I don't think the U.S. is capable of helping Taiwan if we should decide to invade. They simply may not have the weapons. They may want to keep most of those weapons that they got, 4,000, whatever, I don't know. They want to keep those weapons for themselves because they're thinking about invading Cuba, right? So, yeah, this might be a good time to invade Taiwan. And this is going to be one of the hot topics of discussion, though we will probably never learn about it when President Trump goes to meet Xi Jinping. Yeah, they're going to be talking about this. And if they're not talking about this, well, it's too bad for Taiwan. Because things made in Taiwan may only get used in China very, very soon. True that, boo.